Hello everyone, I'm TheOneIntegral and welcome to the announcement and send me eggs video for my Pokémon Omega Ruby Egglocke. Now understandably you might be thinking, how will this work? But do not worry, all will be explained in time. In this video I'll be going over the basic rules for the Egglocke, then going on to explain how you guys can send me eggs for it, as well as how the whole thing is going to work. So an Egglocke is a form of Nuzlocke, and it contains 4 main rules. Rule number 1. When a Pokémon faints, it is classed as a death and the Pokémon must then be released or put into a PC box specifically for dead Pokémon. Rule number 2, you can only catch the first Pokémon you encounter in any area throughout the game. Number 3, all Pokémon must be nicknames. And the last rule, which is specific to an Egglocke, is number 4, or rule 4, any Pokémon you catch must be swapped for an egg that is in the PC. These eggs are going to be donated by you guys, the subscribers, and also my friends. As well as these basic rules, I'll also be using the Shiny Clause, which means if I run into a wild shiny Pokémon, I am permitted to catch it and use it on my team if I wish, even if it is not the first encounter for that area. So, now that I've gone over the rules and such for the Egglocke, let's move on to how you guys can get involved and send me eggs to use. Since Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are new, and at the time of recording and launching of this video currently unreleased games, using Pokegen for you guys to send me eggs is out of the question entirely. Instead, to send me an egg, you must breed one into a copy or onto a copy of Pokemon X and Y and then trade it for me to use. If you sent me an egg for or heard about my Pokemon Y Egglocke, it's going to work in a very similar way. Step 1. You breed an egg onto your copy of X or Y, of whatever Pokemon you want to send me. Step 2. Fill out the form linked in the description below with your free yes friend code, in-game name for Pokemon X or Pokemon Y, whichever game you're going to use to trade to me, the desired nickname for your Pokemon when I hatch it, and a contact method, preferably a Twitter, but if not, an email. As well as this, please be sure to add my friend code for my 3DS, which is also in the description below, so that the next step and the further steps actually go faster. Step 3. Over the weeks leading up from this video to release, I will look through the list, adding your friend code, and if you've added mine, we will then be able to trade. I will contact you letting you know I've added you in case you don't notice, and that we need to try and organise a trade. Hence why Twitter is more helpful, so it's easier to arrange a time than shooting emails back and forth. Step 4. I will trade with you, receiving the egg onto one of my copies of X and Y. I will hopefully be sending you guys shiny 6IV Elekkids in return to say thank you for giving me an egg and taking part in this little project. I will then note down your egg's position and the box it's in, allowing me to give it the correct name when it's hatched, because obviously I can't actually name the egg the nickname. Step 5. Once the game's release, I will use Pokemon Bank to transfer however many Pokemon, or trade fodder I need over to my copy of Omega Ruby once I can actually access that point in game. Step 6. This will allow me to trade the eggs from my copy of X or Y over to my copy of Omega Ruby. Step 7. Once I've managed to trade all the eggs across, I can then start the playthrough and start hatching some eggs. Carrying on from this, if you are not aware, when an egg is hatched in an Egglocke, the Pokemon is leveled up to the same level as the wild Pokemon it was caught for or switched for. This is usually done via a rare candy cheat, but obviously it's not possible for Omega Ruby. So each time I hatch a Pokemon, I will trade it over to my copy of X or Y, which, using power saves, will have rare candies available for use on it. Once this Pokemon is then leveled up to the level it should be, it's returned to Omega Ruby to be used in the Egglocke. So, if you'd like to send me an egg to use in the very first Pokemon Omega Ruby Egglocke, click on the link in the description below to fill out the submission form. Stay tuned to my Twitter for updates on when I'm trading for eggs as well as other updates surrounding the series. If you have any queries or are confused about how any part of this is going to work, don't be afraid to comment down below, I'll be answering any questions you guys may have. I hope you're as hyped as I am for this project, so be sure to smash that like button if you are. But for now, this is it for me. I look very forward to receiving your eggs and starting the Egglocke eventually when I can. But if you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, my friends.